Hello and welcome to this channel. In this video, we will talk about the assessment of the composition of a population and about demographic pyramids. Population composition is a fundamental aspect of demography, highlighting the distribution of individuals across various age groups and genders within a given population. The study of population composition provides valuable insights into the dynamics of society, including patterns of aging and their implications for social, economic, and healthcare systems. This video aims to explore the concepts of population composition, the phenomenon of aging populations, and the role of demographic pyramids in understanding these trends. Population composition refers to the distribution of individuals in different age groups and genders within a population at a fixed time. It is typically expressed in percentages. Factors taken into account in a population composition are age, gender, ethnicity, race, urban versus rural residence, income, occupation, educational status, marital status, mother tongue, and religion. The population composition can be evaluated by the age of the population. We can calculate the population median age, so the age at which half of the population is older and half is younger than that age. We also typically want to determine the proportion of the people over 60 and over 65 years of age. This gives us an indication for the ratio of people that are economically active and non-active. For example, in the European Union, the rate of people over 65 years is 19.7%, with large differences between the individual countries. In Macedonia, for example, 13.7% of the population are over 65 years, and in Italy, 22.6% are over 65 years old. In contrast, in Italy, only 13.4% of people are between 0 and 14 years old, while in Ireland, 20.8% of the population are between 0 and 14 years old. The classification of the population helps us to determine how much of the population is economically active versus non-active. Classified as economically non-active are the age groups of 0 to 14 years and those over 65 years. We can calculate the dependency rate by adding the population below 15 and the population 65 years and older divided by the population between 15 and 64 years times 100. This rate is, for example, for Bulgaria 55.5. This means that there are 55 dependents, so economically non-active individuals, per 100 working age individuals. So in this case, less than 2 people of working age for every dependent person. The lowest rate within the European Union is Luxembourg and Ireland, with almost 5 working age people for every person aged 65 and older. Why do we need to calculate the old age dependency ratio? It can be used to analyze the pressures on the productive part of the population to provide for older and elderly dependents. A higher dependency ratio implies an increased burden on those of working age to provide for the government expenditure related to education and/or health, pensions, and social care, which are mainly provided by the younger to the elderly. Another important ratio is the demographic replacement ratio. This is the ratio of people entering working age to the people going out of the working age. So how many people in a population are between 15 and 19 years old and maybe start working soon, versus how many people are between 60 and 65 years old. In Bulgaria, for example, For every 100 people going out of work, only 66 people start working, leading to an insufficient workforce supply. We can also show the population composition by people living in urban versus rural areas in a country. In 2008, the number of urban inhabitants surpassed the number of rural inhabitants for the first time in world history. It is estimated that by 2050, over 70% of the world population will live in urban areas. The level of urbanization is lower in the less developed regions than in the more developed regions of the world. Another way to show population composition is by ethnicity. The world is made up of thousands of ethnic groups. The single largest ethnic group in the world is Han Chinese, which represents about 20% of the global population. We can also show the population composition by religion, such as Christian, Muslim, atheists, and different subgroups within the different religions. These ratios are often presented using demographic pyramids, also known as age-sex pyramids, which graphically represent the age and gender structure of a population. These pyramids typically display the percentage or absolute number of individuals in specific age categories, typically grouped into 5-year intervals. One of the most significant trends observed in population composition is aging. Aging is the process by which the median age of a population increases over time due to declining fertility rates and increasing life expectancy. This phenomenon is influenced by various factors such as improved healthcare, advancements in medicine, and socio-economic development. Aging populations have profound implications for societies and pose unique challenges across multiple sectors. Aging populations place increasing demands on social welfare systems, healthcare services, and long-term care facilities. The elderly often require specialized healthcare and support services, leading to higher healthcare expenditures. Additionally, changes in family structures and declining birth rates can strain intergenerational support systems. Older members of a population are also more prone to having chronic and degenerative diseases, and they are more likely to have multiple health problems concomitantly. Aging populations can have significant economic consequences. A shrinking workforce relative to the retired population can lead to labor shortages, skill gaps, and reduced productivity. This situation poses challenges for sustaining economic growth, supporting pension systems, and maintaining a balanced social security framework. Policymakers need to address the challenges associated with aging populations by implementing strategies that promote active and healthy aging, encourage workforce participation, and ensure sustainable healthcare and pension systems. Governments may need to adjust retirement ages, invest in education and training, and implement policies that facilitate the integration of older adults into the workforce. In the next part, I would like to talk about demographic pyramids. Demographic pyramids provide a visual representation of population composition, enabling researchers and policymakers to analyze and understand the age and gender distribution within a population. Typically, on one side of the pyramid is the male population of a certain age, while in the other side is the female population of a certain age. Demographic pyramids can be classified into 3 main types: the expansive, the stationary, and the constrictive. The expansive pyramids exhibit a wide base, indicating a high proportion of young individuals. They are typically observed in developing countries with high birth rates and limited access to healthcare. Expansive pyramids suggest a growing population and can pose challenges related to providing sufficient resources, education, and healthcare. Stationary pyramids demonstrate a relatively balanced distribution across age groups. They are often found in countries with moderate birth and death rates, representing stable population growth. Such pyramids suggest that these societies have developed social welfare systems and relatively equitable access to healthcare. Constrictive pyramids feature a narrower base, indicating a lower proportion of young individuals. They are characteristic of developed nations with low birth rates, increased life expectancy, and advanced healthcare systems. Constrictive pyramids highlight the challenges associated with an aging population, including declining workforce and potential strain on healthcare and social systems. The male to female sex ratios are typically around 105 to 100 at very young ages, because naturally, more boys than girls are born. The sex ratios tend to equalize by adulthood as more males than females die. In some countries, female infanticide, neglect of female newborns, and selective abortion of female fetuses related to preference of male children have resulted in a more skewed gender ratio, with a male to female ratio of over 118 to 100 at very young ages. These gender imbalances are apparent in, for example, China, Taiwan, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and other countries. In the next part, I would like to talk about the stages of demographic transition. The demographic transition refers to a model that illustrates the historical shift of a population from high birth and death rates to low birth and death rates as a result of socio-economic development. The transition typically occurs in 4 stages, each characterized by distinct demographic patterns. These stages provide a framework for understanding population dynamics and the associated changes in birth rates, death rates, and overall population growth. The first stage is the pre-transition. In the pre-transition stage, both birth rates and death rates are high, resulting in a relatively stable but slow-growing population. This stage is typical of pre-industrial societies with limited access to modern healthcare, education, and technology. High birth rates compensate for high infant and child mortality rates, leading to a minimal population growth. The population pyramid in this stage is typically broad at the base and narrow at the top, reflecting a high proportion of young individuals and low life expectancy. Stage 2: Early Transition. During the early transition stage, societies experience improvements in healthcare, sanitation, and living conditions. These advancements lead to a decline in death rates due to reduced infant mortality, better disease control, and increased life expectancy. However, birth rates remain high, resulting in a significant population growth rate. As a result, the population pyramid becomes more expansive, with a widened base indicating a larger proportion of young individuals surviving to reproductive age. Stage 3: Late Transition. In the late transition stage, birth rates begin to decline as societies undergo further socio-economic development. Factors such as urbanization, increased access to education, and changing social norms contribute to smaller family sizes and a shift in attitudes towards contraception. Birth rates approach or fall below replacement level, resulting in a declining population growth rate. The population pyramid in this stage starts to show a narrower base, indicating a reduction in the proportion of young individuals. And stage 4: the post-transition. The post-transition stage is characterized by low birth and death rates, leading to a relatively stable and slow-growing population. birth rates remain below replacement level, resulting in an aging population and potential population decline in the long term. Factors such as increased women's empowerment, widespread access to contraception, and a focus on career development contribute to lower fertility rates. The population pyramid in this stage typically displays a narrow base and a larger proportion of older individuals. It is important to note that some countries may experience a fifth stage, known as the stage of natural decrease. In this stage, the death rate exceeds the birth rate, resulting in a declining population size and a further shift towards an aged population structure. Germany, Norway, and the United States are, for example, considered to be in the late stage of the demographic transition, specifically in the stage 4 or the post-transition stage. These countries have a low birth rate and a declining population growth rate. They have experienced a long-term trend and below replacement level fertility rates, an aging population, and a shrinking workforce. The population pyramid in Germany, Norway, and the US would typically display a narrower base and a larger proportion of older individuals. Bulgaria, on the other hand, is also in the late stage of the demographic transition, specifically in stage 3. Bulgaria has experienced a decline in birth rates and significant population aging. While birth rates in Bulgaria have fallen, they are still slightly above replacement level. The country is undergoing demographic changes, and it is gradually transitioning towards lower birth rates and an aging population. Stage 1 and Stage 2 of the demographic transition are typically associated with pre-industrial societies with high birth and death rates. In these stages, population growth is slow, and the population pyramids tend to have a wide base and a narrow top. In stage 1 are, for example, found Chad, Mali, Afghanistan, and Somalia. In stage 2 are, for example, found Ethiopia, Bangladesh, Uganda, Kenya, and Haiti. That's it for this video. I hope it was helpful, and if you like our channel, please subscribe. Thank you for watching, and hopefully see you again in the next video.